Passengers on the Virgin Australia flight at the centre of last night's mid-air emergency over Queenstown say they feel lucky to be alive after flames erupted from one of its engines.
A bird strike forced the Boeing 737 to make an emergency landing in Invercargill. Here is Lucy Thompson with the latest.
It was all smiles for these Virgin passengers this morning, stepping off the bus at Queenstown Airport. A stark contrast to the emotions they were feeling shortly after taking off here last night. Travel vlogger Michael Hayward catching the entire ordeal on camera.
Key sparks go off every so often as well. The next thing I know, I just hear a loud bang, and you can, again, I open my eyes, inside the cabin you can see every so often flash of like lights, shum, shum, shum. I look outside the window, there's the engine, there's flames going out the back of it. Honestly, it was quite the experience. You can also see all the heat that's coming off that as well.
An experience that had some passengers fearing the worst.
Not looking good.
There was 67 of us on that plane that could have not been landing on the plane, you know.
I'd really like to thank the pilot and co-pilot for doing their best actually to keep us safe.
Rest assured the aircraft's operating well.
The pair made the decision early on to dump fuel over Fovo Strait and make an emergency landing in Invercargill.
We got everybody on the line, the rescue services, the firefighting team, and there's this pre-designed plan that we practice quite often, like every airport does, and that sort of kicked in.
Queenstown Airport confirming today a bird strike was to blame for the bright orange flames spewing from the engine.
We believe that it may have been a mallard duck that came into contact with the aircraft last night. They do exist in the region, but they're pretty rare around the airport.
But it's a phenomenon that does occur nonetheless.
Holy crap!
Earlier this month, an Air Canada flight carrying close to 400 passengers experienced a similar incident.
All airports place significant vigilance around bird management. It is a known aviation risk.
The plane itself remains on the tarmac at Invercargill Airport, awaiting a detailed inspection. But just how they'll carry out the repairs on the large Boeing at such a small regional airport?
That's yet to be determined. I'm sure the Virgin operations team and their engineering support will be working through all of that over the coming days.
As for the passengers, they're hopeful their second departure is more successful than their first.
And Lucy is at Queenstown Airport for us tonight. And Lucy, have the passengers departed again yet?
Yeah, Rebecca, the good news is those passengers are all making their way home as we speak. The first lot departed on a Qantas flight bound for Melbourne at around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we just watched the remaining passengers successfully take off on a Virgin flight bound for Brisbane. Now, of course, once they land there, they will catch connecting flights to their final destinations, whether that be in Melbourne or further abroad. But Rebecca, speaking to a lot of those passengers this morning, the seriousness of the incident was not lost on them. A lot of them much more anxious to board the flight this afternoon, given what took place last night. But the good news is they all are all on their way home, and looks like they're going to arrive there safe and sound.
That is good news. Lucy Thompson in Queenstown, thank you.